Hey everybody, welcome back to Football Manager 2020. Um, it's good to be back. um, as maybe a few of you know, I had a series on here where I was playing through as Newcastle. Um, that was at the kind of start of the kind of lockdown period, and I played a lot of Football Manager. To begin with, and kind of burnt myself out on it a bit. I actually did about 5 seasons with Sunderland, took them up to the Premier League and got them into the Champions League. And after that, I just didn't want to play Football Manager anymore because I'd kind of burnt myself off camera, and I needed some new motivation or something new to do in the game. And I think a combination of football coming back in real life and reading an article about the team I'm going to pick, St. Pauli, kind of gave me a bit more excitement, I think, about jumping back into this game and seeing where it kind of takes us. I've played Football Manager a lot over the years, a lot, and I like sometimes to set like self handicaps, if that makes sense. Sometimes play a team. Sometimes I do it where I'm like, I'll play as like Cardiff or something, or Swansea, and I'll only be able to sign Welsh players, or only English players, or whatever country you're from, only sign those players, or only sign players under a certain age, or something like that, to kind of handicap you, to kind of shake things up a little bit, because sometimes you can get a pretty good grasp in the game. You can find those players who you like, those wonder kids, sign them up, and you just end up with the same team after 4 or 5 seasons that you do every time. And sometimes setting those handicaps makes you find new things that's going on in the game. It makes it fun again. And Football Manager is a fantastic game. Like it's if I had to, probably only take one game to a desert island, I don't know what I'd take, but I think Football Manager would be in the argument, because there's so many different things you can do. Sure, it's essentially the same game, but everything changes when you're different clubs, expectations, players, everything, unique kind of attributes to certain clubs. And I wanted to play as this club. Let's kind of get kicking off. So um, we're going to begin Germany in the Bundesliga 2. We're going to be playing as FC St. Pauli. Now, they're kind of a really interesting club in real life. They have a huge support base. Their merchandise sales are, I think, only behind the top 3 in the Bundesliga. So they beat everybody in this league, and they are only, I think, behind, I think it's Bayern, Borussia Dortmund, and Leipzig, possibly, in merchandise sales. Maybe Schalke. But they're like 4th out of all the German clubs. They sell out their attendance every week. There's always a clamour for tickets, and they have like a 29,000 seat stadium. So think of that in the prospect of it's bigger than Sellers Park, Crystal Palace have, which is 26,000. And they've been a real kind of club for change over the years. Their supporters are very kind of anti-fascist. They're very, they've been very kind of vocal about human rights, things like that. And they're one of those clubs which are just trying to do things the right way. Seem to have great support, doing things the right way. But on the pitch, it's never quite kind of clicked for them. I think in the last 10 seasons, they've only had one in the Bundesliga 1. And they came close to flirting with relegation to Bundesliga 3, or the 3 Liga. So it's never quite clicked for them, and I think it would be fun to try and take them on to that next level as we go. We'll do the advanced setup. I think they're a fairly popular team for people to play. You may well have played yourself, but I don't think I've ever done that personally. Leagues I've got going here. We've got Austria, kind of obvious, it's right next door to Germany. Belgium, Czech Republic, Denmark, England, France, Germany, Holland, Italy, Poland, Switzerland, Spain. Pretty bog standard there. I'm going to change these to kind of maybe the top 2, maybe the first division Czech only. I'd say definitely only them. We'll go for League Two and above, Eredivisie above, Polish. Don't think I want the Polish first division. Swiss, we'll take the second division, just to maybe get the numbers down a little bit. Game speed's 3, it's fine. I think I probably only want the Belgian first division there as well. So you got all your main leagues. Telling Serie B, there you go. That pops up a little bit. Don't need Serie C. Yeah. So the kind of principles I'm going to impose on myself, I think, in this are actually very similar to what St. Pauli have got already set up, which is don't sign anyone over the age of 23. Look to develop young players come through. And try to spend little money. They're not a club which spends a lot on transfers. They're not a particularly rich club because they tend to not rip off fans that much, but they do have really good support worldwide, and they reinvest in their community and do loads of kind of great stuff for that, which is how a football club should be. It's sad, that a lot of football clubs over the years are just about profit. How much money can we make? How successful can we be? Success equals profit. Get success at any cost without thinking about the grassroots of football, which is that football clubs, they were community enterprises. They were started within communities, bringing people together. And it was always about that. And I get it. Like, people want to see top players play. You want your club to be successful, but it doesn't have to be mutually exclusive. Sorry, I want to edit this profile actually. We're going Phil Plays. We'll go English, but I'll give myself the option of speaking German. I'll still leave Crystal Palace as my favourite team. Appearance-wise, let's give ourselves some nice brown glasses to kind of, maybe some dark red to kind of match. I'm going to give myself a tie as well. There we go. Probably needs to be a bit more brown. There we go. Well, I like it. I look pretty good. I think I look pretty good. Do I want to change my hairstyle? A lot of these hairstyles are awful. I kind of get it. It's kind of ridiculous. That's pretty slick, isn't it? Better than that one, I think. A lot of these are pretty bad. I mean, that's kind of, St. Pauli have often been called they're kind of the punk rocky kind of club. Should we go for a nice mohawk style, which is bright blonde or grey? Grey. There we go. Why not? Natural style. I always kind of keep that the same. Okay, so FC St. Pauli IRL FC St. Pauli have confirmed the appointment of Phil Plays as new club manager. I don't know why I had myself as 25. Why did I do that? I don't know. Anyway, 2-year deal worth £13,000 per week. So, media prediction is 6th, so it's not too bad. As you can see, they've got a 29,000 seat stadium, average training facilities, good youth, fairly basic. They're a professional German club. They finished mid-table last season. Had a lot of success in the 1970s, a 12-year barren spell. Not won a competition since 2007. They're a club I think who deserve to kind of push forward. I've had a look at the team. They've got some decent players. Some of them are injured. So this guy up front, Tashi, he is currently injured, but he's actually pretty decent. I quite like the look of him. But they do have some other interesting ones. They've got a few players from England actually on loan, which is pretty cool. Sign players under the age of 23 for the first team, work within the wage budget, sell players for profit. minimum 2-year contracts for 13 players. They want us to finish the top half and reach the second round minimum, and then maintain a top half finish. So they're not really that ambitious, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. I don't need any of those. It's fine. That's fine as well. There we go. Let's save the game. So what I'm kind of planning for this series is maybe we don't play, I don't record every game in the series to avoid that kind of thing. So definitely for the first few episodes while we get started we will, but then maybe as we get into the season I'll do a little bit off camera, or maybe even on stream, and kind of take it from there, really. So I don't get maybe too burnt out on it after a while. Okay. Okay, that all makes sense. Yep, they're all the transfers that went through. Sign players to sell for a profit. I'll accept that. It's fine. Don't have a problem with it. Let's have a look at the squad, who we've got. Sorting by value, you can see that the highest player who's worth anything is 1.8 million, who's actually ours, not just on loan. So yeah, some work to do there. Some players you might be familiar with. Ryo Miyachi, who used to play for Arsenal, was kind of touted as, I don't know, really like one of the next big things, but never really worked out for him. Also at that time it was kind of, it still kind of is actually in a way, pretty rare for Japanese players to come to the Premier League. I don't know why that is so much, but we see a fair amount of South Koreans, but Japanese you don't see that much. I'm not going to have any restrictions on where I buy people, how I buy people, or anything like that, because I think it's a very multicultural club. So it wouldn't be like we're only going to have German players. That would, I think, go against their mission statement. So this kid who's currently on international duty looks like a really decent striker. 21. Yeah, he looks pretty good. Obviously on loan. 6'2", so he's pretty big. And Matt Penny looks like a half decent kind of left wing back, I want to say. Not the quickest guy in the world, but he will do. I've seen worse. And then our kind of best player, I guess, Bunchtmann, who apparently is wanted by Wolfsburg, but they're going to have to pay me an arm and a leg to get him because he's pretty decent. You know, we don't really want to sell decent players, but if they come in with a high offer, then I will. And then I quite like this guy as well up front, Diamantris Diamantikos. Seemed to have 7 goals in 18 last season. Is not terrible whatsoever. Signed for a kind of minimal price. Yeah, kind of interested in him. Quite a bit. Decent rating. We'll see. Other 6'7" striker Henk Verman is currently injured. Cruciate ligaments, 4 to 6 months. Same with Boris. Well, hamstring 3 to 4 months. So they're going to be out until sort of October, November, December time. We've got a right wing back here, Sebastian Olsen. I know it's got him kind of as a right winger, but I see that as a right wing back, definitely. Martin Knoll, who, very excited by this guy. I think he's really interesting. A libero, you don't often see that. So quite interested in this guy, and whether or not we can make the libero role work, because I don't think I've ever managed it, but we'll see. James Lawrence from Anderlecht. Weird one, isn't it, really? Like, I've never really heard of this guy before, but yeah, he's obviously, he's Welsh, but started off at QPR, and then he seems to have applied most of his trade in Holland and then Slovakia. Got signed by Anderlecht, now he's on loan with us. So interesting. I wouldn't say he looks great, but he's not the worst guy I've ever seen. Got another left wing back who looks okay. Kind of like Penny a little bit more, but we'll see. Jonas Flum, great name. Experience in midfield there, I can see. Not great leadership, but pretty good experience. Finn Becker, he looks pretty good. Up and coming young deep-lying playmaker. Quite like the look of this kid. Yeah, he's wanted as well. They're going to have to pay me a lot if they want him. Rico Benatelli. So looks experienced kind of midfield. He looks angry as hell, doesn't he? Ryo, we've seen. Robin Himmelman. It looks like a solid keeper, actually. Nothing spectacular, pretty solid. This guy's also on loan from Brighton. Young, no-nonsense defender. Actually, I quite like those stats in a way. He does look like he potentially could be pretty decent. He's also away on international duty. Philippe Zayas, so solid defender. Christian Avavor looks pretty solid as well. We got Park Yi-young, central midfielder, but can also play deep lying and right back as well, weirdly. Quite versatile, actually. I like him. I think I missed out Waldemir Sobata, Polish kind of winger. Christian Comte, young player. Lucas Zander, another fairly young player. I think we've got a decent makeup of a team here, you know. They're saying play Catenaccio, route one, or wing play. I'm not going to play that. I like to play a more attacking game. Thinking of going maybe like Gegenpress. I don't want to play like probably vertical. Although I do like a vertical tiki-taka. Might try that out. Because I do want to go for this kind of formation, but I'm not going to have the attacking midfielder there. More likely to have the deep-lying playmaker there or something like that. This would probably be more like a target man. These guys I want to probably have them attacking. And have this guy maybe as an advanced forward, perhaps. Let's see who we've potentially got. So, Dibiantkos. So he does pretty well apart from decisions, I guess. It's his weak point. His passing's not incredible either. In terms of pressing, again, decisions. Doesn't have the passing so much. But he's quite strong, tough. For a target man. Okay, so both our target men, unfortunately, are injured. So that's an issue. Deep line. Again, the two guys. I want to try and probably get this guy involved, Victor Goyx. What does he play? Pressing forward. Okay. What if we play him as a pressing forward? And him as an attacker. Like that. The question is, his preferred foot is left. Let's say where he likes to play. Position abilities prefers to be on the left in a two-man pairing. Okay. Prefers to be in the centre with a three-man grouping. Who's better as a... His pace... His decisions are a little bit better. No, his pace is better. His acceleration's better, so... We'll use him as a kind of attacking. This guy more as the pressing. Then what we want is a Metzala in midfield to attack. We want here is probably box to box or possibly even ball winning. And then we want a playmaker here. So who can play playmaker here? Don't really have one. Do we have a defensive midfielder? Yes, potentially. We've got a couple, so we might switch it around. So defensive there and deep line here. Yeah, because we've got some options there for the deep line. Probably Benjamin. Metzala. We could play Finn Becker, that's a Metzala. Then we could play Park Young. as a defensive midfielder there. He can tackle okay, so I don't mind that. What's his preferred position? Defensive midfielder, defend, yeah. Here, oh, okay. Danny Bubbler, they're saying is our primary guy. And yeah, I like Olsen there. Then I'm interested in a libero here. And I could probably put Lawrence on the left there. And maybe Zeiss on the right. Right middle three. Yeah, middle of a three. And first be on the left and two-man left and middle three. So that kind of works out well. And then Himmelman works pretty well there. It's kind of the basis of a fairly decent team, I think, there. We'll put some subs in. The question, of course, is always, well, what do we need to sign? Who do we need to sign? Let's have a look in a sec. See who we've got. Potentially. So let's go to squad depth. So up front, we're okay because these two guys are going to come back from injury. So I don't feel necessarily the need to sign a striker right now. I'm comfortable with what we've got there. Midfield-wise, we do okay, but a really good Mezzala would be pretty good. Happy with the left. The right probably needs some cover. I don't think Caller's going to be brilliant for us there, but it's something. And maybe that defensive midfield role as well. We need somebody. Staff-wise, we've got a few positions to try and do, certainly within the scouting as well. We've got a chief scout and two other scouts. We've got a director of football, no data analysts whatsoever. So the first thing I'm going to do is place some adverts. Don't need a technical director at the minute. Scout and data analyst. Then we would definitely want some coaches. Definitely want goalkeeper coach and normal coach. I don't think I necessarily need a fitness coach, but I do like to have them. And then we don't have any sports scientists. So we need a head of sports scientist and a sports scientist, I would say. Under 19 staff, we have no under 19 staff whatsoever. Holy moly. Okay, that stuff I might do off camera because that's a lot of intensive work there to get us in Pauli too. They need a few people as well. So yeah, okay. Overall balance 16 million. We have a transfer budget of 689,000. Wage budget, we have about 9,000 left in there. Okay. We can work with it. It's something, isn't it, at the end of the day? As you can see, we've had a rough time of things recently. So yeah, got promoted back in 2009, 2010 season, got relegated. Promoted 2000, 2001, got relegated. So they've never been on sale. I like the kit as well. I especially love this away kit. That is super cool. With all the like peace signs and things like that on it. That's very cool. Okay, so that's about all that. So let's do the fun part, looking for players. Dario Tadic. We don't need a forward at the minute. That's potentially interesting. Young Danish midfielder. 350 to 700,000. Keep scouting. We'll scout him. Oh, young goalkeeper. Interesting. Quite expensive though. So what we need. First thing, add a condition, age. Sorry. What am I doing? It's here the age, so it can't be more than 23. It can be as young as 15. Role. I'm looking for a defensive midfielder. And I don't know if I'm going to get one with like strength, stamina, work rate, but let's have a look. Okay. Michael Caput. Love the name. He makes the game go kaput. Young Dutch player doesn't look that interesting. And this young German player who does look quite interesting, but is well out of our price range. Let's drop that a little bit. 21-year-old Senegalese player. I give him a scout. Urbanski, give him a scout. Weren't a terrible club, so you never know. Quinton Timber is a fantastic name. Quinton Timber, yes, like it. Igor Sapiela, interesting. I'm interested. Yeah. Interested as well. Got the real kind of base attributes there. I quite like the look of. Just trying to look now. He's out for 2 to 3 months, so it's unlikely we'll sign him. Anything more than that is probably getting out of our price range there. Unless somebody is already... he's pretty decent actually, 23. 5 caps for Albania. Not terrible. The other position we needed was potentially actually, I like thinking defence and having a kind of ball playing defender. And seeing what we've got here. No. Yeah, he's pretty decent. He would be a lot of money though, I think. So seems unlikely we're going to be able to necessarily sign on there, but we'll have a look here. He's got decent passing as a defender. Sometimes a good way to kind of narrow it down a little bit. This kid, not very strong, but he's 6'6". I like him. He potentially can pass, so we're gonna add him to our shortlist and see. Is anybody else interested in him? Yes, quite a few. Not the worst clubs in the world either, and a few clubs. So we'll keep an eye on him. Cass Faber. Maybe not him. 18-year-old Swiss. I like the speed attribute, but I'm looking for something a bit more. That's not terrible. Sparta. This is Sparta. Oh, now that's pretty good. Seeing some good stuff in the Polish league. That's not bad either, but he would be very expensive, I think. I'm talking millions probably for him. Yeah. Okay. Some interesting prospects there. I wanted somebody who can possibly play as a Mitzala. Dribbling, first touch, finishing. Let's kind of have a little look, see what we've got. Don't think so. Let's give that a scout, why not? Again, that Polish league. Could be some real bargains in there. He looks good, but he's going to be expensive. Yeah, if FC Porto are after him, I don't think we're going to get him. Maybe I underestimate our pulling power, but that's my opinion there. Kenneth Taylor. Yeah, it's probably going to be a hard position to fill, that Metzala one. Deus Valineus. Who have we got down here? Austrian guy on a free. It's always worth a scout for free. You never know. And if you do find someone who you're like, oh, he's actually pretty good, then obviously getting them for free is a real coup. A real coup. And it feels so good when you sell them for loads of money as well. Okay. Not much there in the Mezzala area, so what's something worth thinking about? In terms of this, we've got passing, crossing, acceleration, pace. Oh, there's actually some people with that, bizarrely. Oh, he's pretty good. He's got a youth contract, so can we actually sign him? Do we have to pay any compensation? Okay. Ah, okay, we do. Whoop. Can't afford that. He's decent, but yeah. That's fair, isn't it, really? Shouldn't be going around poaching people's talent like that. We've already got this guy. I mean, that is decent. I would sign him. However, feel like we're not going to be able to sign him. So even though he's interested, which is great, but you know. And in terms of somebody, I'm thinking target man, heading, jumping, strength. Got a nice young. Okay, they're not so young, but I don't really think I want to sign a striker. So the problem with strikers is like attacking midfielders is they're super expensive if you want to get a good one, and yes they are good, like they'll pay you back, but it's difficult to, if you have three decent ones already, like they're the most fun position to buy because you always want to have that striker who turns into a great player, but it's not really going to work out if you can't really afford a good one. Responsibilities, so I will let them deal with all the training. I will let them deal with the tactical briefings. I cannot be bothered. And also the things. I lead the friendly matches. That's fine. I'm attending that. Yeah, that's otherwise fine. Cool. What is our first game? Oh, so we've got against the under-21s tomorrow. And then we've got a little bit of a gap. We play Lugano, Munster, Werder, FSV Frankfurt, FC Canberra. And then it's our first game 9 days later, Arminia Bielefeld. Interesting, okay. And we've got Lübeck in the DFB Pokal first round. Okay, that's fine. Oh yeah, what are the rules in the German league? I've completely forgotten. Or I don't actually know the. So, win squad registration. We need minimum of 8 players trained in the same nation. Minimum of 4 trained at the club. Minimum of 12 German players in the squad. But you can have a massive squad size. No rules on like EU players or anything like that. Don't know how it works out for like if we wanted to pump up our scouting budget just for a little while, maybe I don't think the youth one we can really justify there, but we might find a interesting prospect in I don't know where. Thing is, I don't want people who are 45. There we go. I want someone with some flair. Bit of vision, bit of passing skills, good first touch for like a central midfield role. Not got a lot though, have we? Got a Brazilian here. I'll scout him just because he's Brazilian. Rolly. Mike Guillerme. Played in France. Blaine Ferry. Okay. Nathan, I mean, I'd love to sign him, but we don't have 5 million, so not going to happen, is it? I'm fine with that code of conduct. Don't feel the need to change that right now. Okay, they've made a bid for Finn Becker. Norwich have. They're trying to give me 1.8 million with 850 in instalments. 3 instalments. So my point would be I'd want at least 5 million for him. And then profit for the next sale, 15%. They're saying they'll give me 3.4 million for him with no profit. He's interested in Schalke. He's with us till 2022. He's clearly a good player. He's a supporter of the club. So I don't think he's going to kick off if we reject this. So I am going to reject that. Because I think I can get more. And, you know, I could replace him for cheaper than that. But, you know, so I want to take the opportunity to introduce myself. I think we can finish top half. Take a sort of reaction on finalize. Okay. Oh, he's joined a club. Oh, he's on trial. Okay. Yeah, I don't want him. It's fine. Because we could lose both of our central midfielders, essentially. And replacing those two, it would be the most difficult thing in the world to do. But it's going to cost us. Okay. We can't play him. Who's the replacement? Wow. Have we got anybody actually in our development centre who's pretty good? Under 19s, we've got an attacking midfielder, a defender, a midfielder. Serkan Dursun. Sure, why not? What about Pauli too? Oh, he's decent enough. Why is he there? Yeah, I'll take him. This kid's good, but I don't need wingers, so he's a bit stuck. This kid as well, maybe not. Some alright ones there. That one though, who we just promoted up, actually looks pretty decent, so I'm excited about him. Serkan, well done. You're going to start your first game. I like him. I'm going to play him. See how we go. Right, so underlapping, expressive, shorter time wasting, working that ball into the box. He's taking more risks. So the libero drops behind the defensive line, aiming to sweep up through balls, picking up extra attackers and making goal-saving tackles, blocks, etc. His exceptional athleticism and reading of the game enable him to cover for defensive errors, take possession of loose balls from a deep position and secure possession. However, he will also roam forwards in support of midfield. So I feel like we perhaps want to put him more defensive, and then he can push up there. Let's see how this works anyway. Just checking I don't have sounds on. Nope. I'm not actually listening to it at the minute. Okay. And yeah, we've got everything else extended. Yeah, sure, why not? We want to see how we're going to do to begin with. I want these guys to just really roam up the left wings. Okay. That's a good start. To be fair, I haven't worked on the set pieces yet. What are we balanced? Let's go attacking. Let's attack them. Push forward. Himmelman. It's a good ball. Oh, felt like that should have been in. Yes. Offside. And it was following Carstens as well, that young kid we put in. Quite like him, actually. Maybe I'll use him. That was pretty tight, but it's a friendly, doesn't matter so much. Unlucky. I feel like a lot of these chances are going to Serkan here. Don't necessarily know if that's the ideal jobby. Thought he was going to go the whole way then. Ooh. I feel like we're knocking on that door pretty hard. That wasn't so good. Okay. Well, we definitely came back into it. Let's go out there, yeah, get that second half. Start making some subs in about 10 minutes. Maybe, yeah, maybe 10, 15 minutes. Get some people with some stamina. It's a penalty. We'll take that. Dimantikos is going to take it. Nice. Sends the keeper the wrong way. I feel like he has been at the heart of a lot of stuff, Dimantikos, so I know we're only playing against our under-19 team, but that's good to see so far anyway. Oh, okay. It's pretty unlucky. Alright, let's make some subs. I'm going to bring him on. Bring on for Carstens. Oh no, actually Flume should be the guy we bring on then, the deep line playmaker. Keller, I think, for Olsen. Penny for Bubala. And bring on Avenor on the left there. It's kind of about it. I'm going to bring on Conte there because struggling a little bit up front. I don't really want to sign a striker. You know, with two of them who are coming back, gives us 4. But at the end of the day, I don't want us to end up in like October and we haven't. We're already at the bottom half of the table because our strikers aren't hitting anything. Parky Young has played very well. Knowles played well, which is good. Going to bring him off though, and bring off Park as well. Save them a bit. That's unlucky. We should have won this game. Maybe we still will. Oh, on the line. Did you see that? On the line. Outrageous. Okay. I'll call a spade a spade. It was disappointing, but it is a friendly. I'm really not actually that disappointed, to be honest. We had a lot of chances there, which is good. Okay. Actually going to change back my scouting budget down a little bit to Central Europe. A little bit. This guy's very small, but I quite like him. I do quite like him. I think there's a Metzada in there somewhere, if I'm right, which I usually am. And that's a player. I wonder if we can get him on loan. Going to kind of continue on a little bit to our next match. Victor Weber, good, he signed. These guys sign turn pro. This is the 6'6" guy. I'm gonna sign him. He wants 1.5 a week. Appearance fees. Suggest that. Wow. Poof. Okay. See if you come on a trial though, we might be able to. Ah, they have accepted the trial. See where he comes. Ah, excellent. Get a good look at him now. He might not want to sign for us because he just rejected that contract outright, but he could also just have a dickhead agent. Okay, under 19 physio appointed. Oh, he's no longer wanted. Okay. Finn Becker is, although not from Norwich. They're out. Calla is wanted. Yeah, I'll sell him for sure. And how is this kid? 6'6" Colossus. Potential ability is pretty high. I like him. His leadership and flair have got a lot to be desired. But 6'6" is pretty interesting. We have no players out on loan yet, which is interesting. Do want to send some. I don't actually want to send this kid out on loan. I'm actually going to keep him and think we're going to try and play him this season. think he's good enough. He's played a few times for us. He's played 18 times last season, so there is something there. Okay. Bunchman, it's fine. 1 to 2 days. Not going to cry over that. Right, Kaput. They're saying he has potential to be a 4-star midfielder. He's not terrible. Not too keen on him though. Yanlet we can't afford. Kamara. I think I've got better at the club. Even though he's a free. Quinton Timber. Legendary name. Sapala. Can do better. I like this guy, but too expensive. And for leader, too expensive as well. Don't want him. Don't want him. Scout him. He's good, and he's fairly cheap, but he's also 37. Not sure that's exactly what we're looking for there. Let's scout that kid. Yaya Toure. He would add a bit of quality to the first team. He's also 36. I think he would ask for an extortionate amount in wages as well, so I'm not sure we particularly want to do that. This guy's interesting. He's kind of a winger, but he's got, he's a left back apparently. I'm scouting that. Now this guy's very interesting. Patrick Zitney. I'm going to scout him. Oh, he's pretty good as well. Okay, interesting. We'll scout him. I like the look of this guy, but I'm not going to sign him. Nor will I sign this guy. Although he would be pretty useful for the club, experience-wise, stuff like that. But as I said, under 23s only. Scout him. He looks decent. I'm just going to scout everyone. Everyone under the age of 23 in the world is going to get scouted. Whether they like it or not. So that's 23. And then only one player, Jimmy. He's actually not terrible though. Leeds have made a 350k bid for him. Deep line playmaker though. I don't really want to play the playmaker there. Though he is good. I wonder if we make an offer. What happens there? This kid I was interested in loaning. I don't think they'll let me though. No. Jimmy wants 11,000. Important player. Jimmy. Let's try and look, see if we know anything about him. First touch, long shots are good, passings are brilliant, technique's great, positioning, work rate, determination. Not great aggression, but that's okay. Balance is good. First touch is probably pretty decent. 22 as well. Important player, give him big areas. I can remove that. Yes. I guess I can change it around for him. Okay. 16,000. We can offer 11. What if we adjust the budget? What can we get up to? 15. Let's give him more for appearance fees. This guy could be a bit of a legendary signing. Minimum fee. Let's try and pop that up. Let's see. I think Leeds will get him. That would be my opinion. But We'll see. If you want to play that like Heart of Oak. I'll give them a trial. Yeah, if you want to play like some very expensive football, yeah, you need someone pretty solid at the back there. So I am intrigued. We've got our striker back. Wants a new contract, does he? I mean, cool. You're not getting a new contract, mate, because I want to sell you. Oh, okay. We've got him. Jimmy. Oh, do we want him? I like him a lot. And he's 22. Like, he's only going to improve, isn't he? 22. But it's basically our entire budget on a central midfielder. I've done it now. Jimmy, you better be good. Yeah, I want to see more from him. Not anything to contact. Kind of want him to leave. We've got some sports scientists who are available. I don't know if we're going to be able to sign anyone now because we kind of spent our whole budget on one player. So I'll keep that at the back and come back to that after this match, maybe. We haven't got Jimmy yet, have we? No. We have got Gionkis. Let's take him out. We got Conda, the Ghanaian. Not good. Won't be signing him. What happened to the other kid that we had? I don't know what happened to him. Sabota? Don't have a place for him either. We're going to have to be pretty ruthless and get rid of some of these guys because they're just going to sit there and devalue for the rest of the season. Yeah, we'll leave that like that. I need to play a slightly different formation. Oh, he's Metzala. Okay, interesting. That's good. But what I need is a kind of box-to-box. Let's play just automatic there. Okay, let's try that out. Let's attack him. Let's attack him and see what we get. Obviously, Park Ji Young there is not the ideal deep line playmaker, but hence his passes might be going astray a bit, but hopefully Jimmy will be pretty good. And with a name like Jimmy, I just couldn't resist. Who the hell are Trenchin? Slovakian First Division team. Okay, fine. Trenchin. So yeah, we need to sell players now. Get some out on loan to freeze up some wage budget so that we can actually sign some coaches and stuff. Especially for our under 19 side because it's utterly ridiculous. We didn't have a single coach. Unbelievable. Ooh, good goal. I actually wanted to hit demand more, but misplaced that one. Hmm. Come on, Park. Nice ball. Penalty. Another penalty. Oh, terrible penalty. Get it out of your system, I guess, for you know, pre-season. But flipping heck, I'll give the pens to Jimmy. What I think I'll do is we'll finish up after this, and then off camera I'll do a little bit of the nitty gritty on the tactic, get the set pieces sorted. Maybe put some players up for sale, and then we'll come back next time and play a few more friendlies and maybe even get into the league. Plus, I really need the toilet right now, so I'm kind of holding on. Uh, can he play a little bit of box to box? How about a Cariello? Penny, Horse, shush. Nope, not him. Xander. I quite like Cala. Flum. Go. Oh, we can put in Leo there, can't we? So yeah, not gonna lie, pretty disappointed. Pretty disappointing. I mean, on paper, 13 shots, 4 on target. They had 1 shot on target and scored it, and we've missed a penalty. It's not as bad as you think, but yeah, we've obviously got some work to do. Oh, what a throw-in! Idiot. Oh, ah, 1-on-1. Disappoint. I am disappoint. Oh. Here we go. Last 5 minutes. Swing of the dice. Oh. I mean, yeah, they're rusty. It's fine. I think I might switch over the 2 strikers. But I'll have a look a little bit. I'll tinker with a little bit off camera and go through it in the next episode. There we do. It's all over. Yeah, we should have won that. Anyway, till next time, guys. Thanks for watching. See you soon.